Hello YouTube watchers, it's your boy, Bobbledink here, and welcome back to the next part of Let's Play Spyro the Dragon. Today I'm joined by none other than my dear friend Lucas.
Hello everybody, and this is my debut on Bobbledink's channel. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is a first for you, isn't it?
Pleased to be here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I haven't been on your channel before.
Yeah, we've actually interacted a lot via other places.
Like tournaments and that, yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, no, well, a very warm welcome to you. I'm sure the audience will grow to love you like I have, and well, yeah. So yeah, nice.
I hope so this is Magic Crafters then.
Yes, very seamless intro we've just mastered. Yeah, welcome to Magic Crafters. We've not really spoken a lot about it yet. The first thing I noticed actually was, am I going the right way? I'm probably not. Is it this way?
No, it's the way. It's where the dragon was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know where it was. I was just noticing that you can actually see the end of the level from the start.
Yes.
And the balloonist is all the way over there. So if you go to this level accidentally, hard luck. You got to go all the way through.
Every time that somebody plays this, they always like try and glide there when they're a kid.
Yeah. Should we try that now?
Days. You might as well.
For the memes.
For fun. See, look,
I botched that up terribly, but okay.
You do get a considerable distance.
Yeah, that is true. I'm sure there must be some cheat on like Spyro Edit or somewhere that you could actually get that glide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of toys with you like that.
Yeah. No, I do really like this design though. It's very like... I don't want to put a nationality on it in case I get cancelled, but...
Hashtag cancelled.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? It's very regal, I think.
Do you know what it reminds me of? In a weird comparison, like Komodo Bros' lair from Crash Bandicoot 2, actually, because they had a lot of velvety patterns like that.
Actually, yeah, I can see that. Do you think this
just noticed that now.
Velvet? Do you know, I said I didn't want to put a nationality on it, but like, it feels very like sort of Oriental. Every time I go into like a Chinese takeout or something, they have patterns similar to this. So I'm not sure if it's taken inspo from that or not.
Yeah, it could be, because like there is a lot of like real life sort of connections you don't realise in this game and the other ones. And this is the most medieval of the Spyro games as well.
Oh, absolutely. So. Maybe medieval's a better term than Chinese. But yeah. No, I do like the contrast between the blue and the sort of more greeny yellow though. It's pretty cool. Let's see what this dragon's got to say. Cosmos.
Welcome to Magic Crafters. I want you to release the dragons, reclaim our treasure, and recover the eggs from those pesky blue thieves.
What did he did?
Well, one of them anyway. You know,
I already did one of them. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I thought he was gonna say, I want you to release your energy. That's it. Deep breaths.
Deep breaths. You're in Magic Crafters now. This is the land of Zen. Yeah, you did.
That's never happened before.
In on him. Yep.
What? That's crazy.
Aye, the fan's got like its own honing in properties in this game.
Is that what it is? Okay. Yeah. I was questioning that a few parts ago because I was destroying the fans and then the sound had a bit of a 2-second delay.
You can do it with this guy as well, but like, yeah,
probably not now.
I think you've just got it. You just got it.
Oh,
but you got it to the guy that's not relevant.
Yeah. Do you know? I love the pink hue of these mountain tops as well.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite things about these games is the backgrounds and the colours of the environments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure as a kid you also wanted to like travel to the mountains in the far off distances.
Yeah.
And there's actually... sorry, go on.
I actually got this at a rental when I was a kid. My sister picked it up.
Really?
Game itself. Yeah, Spyro 1, the original Spyro 1. Not Spyro 2 or 3.
See, I feel like I missed out hard not having this game as a kid, because I feel I would have enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, it's one of those kinds of games that like, you know, if you're like, you know how boys are always edgy and all that, so I was kind of edgy, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I like this or not, but then when I started playing it, I was like, I actually loved the character, like,
yeah,
he actually was quite, I get why they, like, made him a bit cocky in this one, to be honest, because I think, like, it does, you know, kids will automatically warm up to that, whether like, the critics like it or not.
Yeah, no, I get that. I mean,
it really appealed to me, everything about it, like, so simple, you know, so elegant.
I love those, like, oddly shaped trees as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It has its own, what would you call it, identity as well, this game, with things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We've sort of gone from, like, a green, like, midday garden, not a reference to that other level in that other game, but to like a military base camp, to this like weird alpine-y mountainous region. Like, it's really cool. It shows actually how they really wanted to like give the impression of the Dragon Realms being expansive and massive. Yes. I've always said, like, you know, since I became an adult and looked back in this game, I've said that, like, you know, it's one of these kinds of games. It's like it has, like, it's not the biggest game in the world, but it has scope. You know, absolutely.
It looks massive when you see it from a distance.
I think at the moment that's looking like a thumbnail winner, because you have that, like, you have that actual mountain in the foreground, and then those like ones off in the distance.
And again, like, you know, I never really noticed some of the shots that you can get just by like using the triangle button and then just looking.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I mean, I think we have our good friend Crystal Fisher to thank for that whole trope of using the actual game footage for the thumbnails.
Hello everybody, I'd like to thank Crystal Fisher. And
when I get my web build, Xantor.
When you see arrows like these, you can charge along with them to begin a supercharge.
Supercharge? Excellent.
Go ahead, try it.
And bites off a wall.
That doesn't sound very cocky to me. It's just more Mr. Burns like excellent.
Yeah. Sometimes exactly, like he's got a good mixture. Like sometimes he goes for the no thanks, see approach, and then sometimes he actually listens and he's inquisitive.
Yeah.
He picks up what's around him as well.
Yeah. Well, I think to me that shows. Oh look, Crystal Fisher's level there. If you've seen the community mod.
They edited his name in.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Apparently, Andrew had no idea that they were going to do that either, so it was a pleasant surprise for us all. What was I going to say?
So this dragon coming up is one of the ones that I was referring to, like.
Nice. Well, let's have a listen. Bolton.
Bolton Skip.
To a special place where you can learn to fly. I remember when I was a young dragon, earning my wings.
Learn to fly. Got it.
Perfect.
Wait, did he say earning my wings? Does that mean they're not... Well, I guess...
Does that mean he doesn't have them when he's born?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny because I think... I'll have to, like, revisit the game, but I'm pretty sure some of the dragons in Spyro, like, Year of the Dragon, aren't born with wings, so maybe there's some credit to that, but... I don't know, that's a bit of a strange...
In its own universe, that's a chance that's the case, yeah.
Yeah, but then there are some that are born and they're flying already, and they're able to breathe underwater, and... dragons are weird, man.
It's like Bug's Life, like, they're too little. He's too little to fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he does a pretty good job of it.
Actually, that's a point, you know, you get some, like, normal ants and some flying ants, so... I don't know, maybe the same can be said for dragons?
Maybe that was the, what they were going for sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? There was a developer of this game, he actually, like, was really obsessed with dragons. They were originally going to have him be green Spyro, but he blended too much with the grass.
Yeah.
That's why he went to the purple.
I was going to say, you know, what colour is grass, guys? Yeah.
Yeah, what colour is grass? Well, I mean, like, if they had a really, like, bright colour of green, they could have made it work.
Yeah.
Just saying. But I get why. It's more unique having them purple, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't want to, like, hinge all of Spyro's success on the fact that he's purple, but I'm just gonna say it, I don't think he would have been remembered as well.
Yeah, exactly. And you notice, like, whenever there is like a purple dragon in this game, normally they have a much brighter colour of purple. He's quite a unique colour of purple, Spyro, as well. It's kind of dark and it's not magenta-like at all, actually.
Yeah,
it's very,
absolutely.
Very dark and pure. I
think they really went out of their way to make his shade of purple so unique as well. It's like, this is purple, but it's very distinguishable from Spyro's, like, skin tone.
Yeah, they really like took advantage of all the colours that the PS1 was capable of on 32-bit. Because like this, thinking about it, like coming from the 16-bit era to this, like you really do notice like they had a whole palette to work with on the PlayStation.
Absolutely,
they really did.
This was I mean, this was like a game changer in terms of what we come to expect from video games. I think that's why I don't like revisiting PS1 titles so much, because after you get this, you're like, you know, it's harder to enjoy it unless you grow up with it, maybe. I feel I'm going to be slated for that though, so, you know, that's just my personal take, guys.
I mean, what's your feelings about the controls in Spyro 1?
The controls?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I think, to be honest, if you're used to them, they're great, and I know I've slated him in the past for not having as much grip, but I think it's because I grew up with Spyro's 3 and Spyro's 2.
Yeah.
Or Spyro, not Spyro's. What am I going on about, honestly? Listen to me today. But yeah, like, I feel because I grew up with the more refined control schemes, this one feels a little bit janky in comparison.
Yeah,
but it's still very good as far as platformers go. Like, there are certainly certain PS2 games that, you know, make this feel like, you know, the I don't know, the best thing in the
Spyro series itself. Like, you know, there's games that like make you wonder why they didn't just go back to Spyro 1 style, you know?
Yeah,
you know, Dragonfly is one of them.
Yeah. I'm glad you picked up on that when I said certain PS2 titles.
Well, and the thing as well is, like, his movement's a lot, I want to say sharper, like, you turn much more on a dime than you did in the other ones. Like, the other ones, like, took a bit more time. They almost, like, felt more fluid, you know, whereas this one just, like, quick, you know, quick go. Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons it's a speedrunner favourite, at least in our community at the moment, you know.
Well, as you can see, we're now so high up that we can't even see any mountains. Like, we're basically above the clouds.
This looks very similar to what would be Cloud Spires in Spyro 3 as well.
Yeah.
Giving credence to the idea that some backgrounds were used from the other games.
Yeah. And this one reminds me of, or that side of it anyway, reminds me a bit of Mushroom Speedway.
Yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah, I love that background as well.
See, to me, the whole, like, reusing backgrounds was never an issue, because it gave me more of an impression that the worlds were linked in some way.
Yeah.
Like with Magma Cone and Molten Crater, you know. I just always thought, oh, they must be, like, approximately near each other then, or at least on the same, you know, planet or world or something.
They also show, like, how memorable a lot of them are, because I'll shout out to my friend Casey, your friend too.
Yeah. My tag team partner, boy.
Yeah. Exact, and basically, he knows the backgrounds. He knows the backgrounds off the back of his hand, so he'd be able to tell me, looking at this, like, if it was reused in a game. Coming after. So, and I'm pretty sure it is more Cloud Spires and Mushroom Speedway than the other ones I can think of. But yeah, Alpine Ridge. Like, what do you think about the level? I think it's a good challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think some of the platforming elements are certainly very challenging. I just noticed that they reuse some things from, like, Magic Crafters as well, like these mountains, this grass, these trees. But again, I think this is all very intentional. It's not them running out of things, it's them saying, no, there's, like, a logic, a very, like, very clear progression between each level.
There's a rhythm and a pattern.
Yeah,
you know?
like we've actually thought about where we're putting the levels, you know, and why they're there, sort of thing.
Yeah, because like, I mean, look at that castle there, you know, or like it's shaped like a castle, but then you go inside and it's not really a castle, but it's got the outside of one. That's completely unique. So obviously, like they knew how to make unique elements, but they also didn't want to stray too far from what you were getting used to seeing in your journey as well, I think.
Yeah.
Which is why they combine so many things, and it's great. It's a great way of, and the thing is, well, you know, it's easy to forget. PS1 like was hard to like program
gigantic,
as well.
Awful beasts, are you?
Of course not.
I didn't think so.
Well, I'm not afraid of
Sorry,
beasts.
Zane sort of cut you off there. What were you saying?
Yeah, so it was hard to like program PS1 back then because it was so new, and they probably like used this as a way to like get away with like having a bit more things like depth perception being good, the draw distance not being terrible.
Oh, absolutely. Because here it doesn't look
there.
like it's not rendered. It looks more like it's just far off in the distance, you know?
Yeah.
Behind the fog sort of thing.
And I think it was Ted Price said that yeah, they literally made this to be like a Mario 64. Not clone, but like definitely rival it in some way, and I definitely think they achieved that.
This is better than Mario 64. I've lost a lot of fans already. I can see the subscribers going down, but
your only fans is gone. Just kidding. But not exactly like the thing with Mario 64 was like the further like Mario was away from the camera, the more his like body kind of like just changed completely. Whereas that wildebeest, like from the distance that you showed earlier on, he actually still was pretty much all there except for his nose, which is really impressive.
Yeah, especially for the tech of the time.
Yeah. And I've played a lot of games on PS1, you know, like they have terrible draw distance, like Bugs Bunny Lost in Time is a good example, and this one didn't need fog to hide it, you know. It had it open wide, so...
Well, I think the sparkle of the gems was just pure genius as well in this game.
Yeah. Exactly, and I mean, here we go, like, you can see those, like, treasure chests from the distance.
Yeah. Well, you can even see, like, the magic particles flowing out of that wizard's hands. It's pretty cool.
So you know, like, what's coming up as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think they had a clear idea of what they were doing from the word go, which I think really helped as well. You do hear of like other franchises, Pokemon actually being a key example of having very messy development cycles. Spyro is actually pretty unique in the fact that they developed these games in less than a year, each of them. It's crazy.
I know, and that like definitely like makes the reused assets make a bit more sense when you know this as well.
Yeah.
And how they like used it to their advantage as well to connect the worlds. And I mean, look at that, like, you know, this was like
good.
It's such a good ooze bath right down there.
I was gonna say, I was wondering what that stuff is, like whether it's, you know, because I think when I was younger, I used to just think this was like blue lava or something when I played this in Charmed Ridge.
I do like to think of it more as like blue lava or something like that, because the water in Spyro 2 and 3 is so drastically different.
Yeah.
It's got clearness to it, and they actually distinguished some of the pools as well, like you know, especially in Spyro 3 with like a good example is that Sergeant Bird mission where you kill the cat witches.
Absolutely.
That's just pure ooze like this level. Yeah.
Oh, Eldred.
Oh, Eldred.
Thank you for releasing me.
Oh.
Well, okay then, Eldred.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of dragons just say thank you for releasing me.
They use that instead of like, you know, developing more of the lore, and it really annoys me. Especially that one though, because that dragon had such a unique color scheme and design. Couldn't they have used one of the blander designs there? I mean, not that I want to call anything in this game bland by any stretch, but you know, that was like such a unique looking dragon that...
I think that was one thing. The Reignited Trilogy updated the design, and it was good and all that, but I still have like preference for like just the the charm of this one, because like what they had to do to make 80 dragons look sort of different from one another,
with like very limited polygons and everything.
And considering, like, you know, we were in the this era, the 5th generation, where like polygons were like they were constantly like spawning, and character models were getting reused all the time. You know, it's pretty amazing to see that they didn't, like, they always changed it just a smidge. And by the time they ran out, they were making fun of the fact that it was the same dragons, you know. So
no, absolutely.
See later on,
yeah. Well, I think it's also, it's also a case of that, you know, they could have easily just made all the dragons look the same, but it's the fact that they went that extra mile to actually design them all differently. Because there was no like development benefit for them, you know, it was more work for them, but it was
it's more work for them, but there was more reward.
More reward for the player. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And here we can admire the architecture at the start of the level. You know.
Oh yes, I love this. But
it's funny how like normal a place it looks once you kill all the enemies as well.
It's like good future. Yeah, exactly. But then you go back into the level and they're all back.
Yeah. I had a bone to pick with Insomniac about that, because the official canon is that they're like from gemstones, but then you've collected the gems, so like, what are these pearl things, you know?
Yeah. And Spyro 2 like makes them turn into spirits, and and then they go back to the Spyro 3 logic. Spyro 1 logic, Spyro 3.
The tricks of the Magic Crafter world.
I just did.
All the tricks of the Magic Crafter world. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Question is, do we like head bash the side of the mountain, or do we do it the normal way?
No, let's do it the normal way.
Yeah. I do like the little arch they've carved up there as well. I think, like, you know, do the dragons do some of this handiwork? Like, they must be
they must be great crafts.
Yeah, I was gonna say crafters. You know.
Craft dragons. Yeah.
Maybe magic craft dragons. Who knows? Yeah.
That's the whole magic crafters method.
That's always been a bit of a mystery of this. Well, with the lore of Spyro in general, is like how magic fits into everything, because it's implied that like dragons are innately magical, but then you get people like Bianca who have to like study magic and wizardry.
And then the sorceress, who apparently like has a master's in it, I guess.
Yeah, you know, it's like, you know, I assume like education sort of exists in this universe, but
then again, like they use the magic from their wings, according to like Spyro 3, so it's like, you know, maybe it's something to do with that.
Yeah. You know, I love the design of this whole cave. You know, like the moss up there and these little these like shiny stones almost.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Fun fact as well, like Spyro's wings have a bone shape on them, which isn't in the isn't in 2 and 3. It's more V-shaped. It's like fish's fins in this one. So subtle you wouldn't even notice.
I mean, are we left to assume that like he gets older as the games go on?
Maybe, yeah. I think that may be what it is. Yeah.
You know. Let's see. Kelvin.
It's Kelvin. Kelvin Grove.
Remember that these blue thieves haven't stolen eggs only in the Magic Crafter world. Don't worry, I'll take care of them.
So places some real emphasis on the whole eggs objective for this world, because you have to get them for the balloons to accept you in this one.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. I was going to say, why are they suddenly telling me about this now when they were in the first world?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, like, you can definitely tell the game definitely, like, thrived on its backtracking elements. It wanted a here we go, the music's changed.
Yeah, what is it with the music change? It changes for a minute and then
it only happens in Spyro 1, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the last
it depends on how long you're on the level, yeah.
In the last part, I was in Ice Cavern and it changed to the credits music. I was so confused.
It sometimes changes to like if I'm not mistaken, like alpha tracks as well that weren't even in the game. So that makes it even more fascinating to me.
Yeah.
When that happens.
No, it's crazy, honestly.
It's like there's a proper like soundtrack on the CD. You know, you could just hop on into your like CD player and listen to it. That's what it's like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of PS1 games had that actually in it, the soundtracks and all.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example right now, but Spyro 1 might be one.
Sound for my computer. Oh, sorry. Let's go back through it. I don't know why I was holding my controller up. It's crazy.
And even that pathway there looks like eggs on it as well.
It does, doesn't it? You know, it's like subliminal messaging from the Spyro crowd. Is that a platform you can't get to?
You can get to that.
Can you?
Get to that, I think. Oh, wait. Maybe you
Oh
can't
no, that's the
actually.
thing they used to move across, wasn't it? I noticed that up there. I was like, is this a bit of a Midnight Mountain thing going on?
I've got a feeling like you can get to it, yeah, but it's like, maybe it's more work than it's worth, you know, that kind of thing.
It's crazy. Do you know what's crazy as well is how short a lot of these levels actually are, but they give the impression of being longer?
Yeah. It's like an illusion, yeah. Which comes from, in my opinion, good design because it like shows that like they knew how to like give areas like a sense of presence, and I mean look, there you are, you're at the end now, so it's like, it's mad, yeah. You
know, but it's also like, I mean, I think Enter the Dragonfly and some of the later entries show that bigger doesn't always mean better.
Yeah.
And I really hope when they release Spyro 4 they remember that, like, you know, there's charm and there's poise in the small level designs as well, like just.
And Spyro 1 was the king of the corridor, looking like there's many doors to open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Design. And all the gems are in very logical places where it's easy to get them, and unlike in the Dragonfly, when you know you have crop circle country and you're constantly straying off the path just to get one gem. Sometimes, you know, or another gem on the right side. Let's get this guy again.
Yeah. See, they're all back, but it's like, I killed you guys. Well, I didn't kill you. Thing is...
I got an extra life there.
Yeah. I take a very Crystal Fisher look at this, and is like... I'm like... we're not killing them, we're like returning them to their natural state. Oh, you bastard.
We're Spyro's pacifist.
Yeah.
That one.
Well, it's like, I think the reason they attack Spyro is because, you know, the whole, like...
They struggled to, like, get him because he's so small and they missed him at the beginning.
Yeah. Well, I think for all they know, Spyro might be working for the bad guy. You know, and they're protective of their gems because, I guess, the gems are their buddies. And I think that they develop, like, a, consciousness beyond the fact that they came from gems.
Sentient beings that aren't just morphed by the gems.
You know, and there's actually evidence in later entries that they learn to love, you know. I mean, there's a Rhinoc that runs off with a fairy, there's what is it, an Earth Shaper goes in the tunnel of love with a thorn, like, you know.
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know, these guys learn to love. You know, they deserve love too.
So Microsoft, I want to see a game called Spyro the Dragon, or I want to learn to stop worrying and not loot gems.
Yes. Yes, please.
I didn't even notice that platform before.
Neither did I, actually.
It's just
strange
a
little details there. Like that.
It's just there, yeah.
What?
That was good.
I have a question to ask. What is meant to be inside these buildings? Like, are these just homes, or like presumably?
Yeah. Like, what is that all about? You know, like, are they just like little tiny homes, or maybe it's like the base of the gem enemies, the Gnorcs. Sorry, the Gnorcs.
See, my theory is that the dragons actually live all over this place, inside these like buildings and stuff, and the enemies or the Gnorcs have like taken over their homes as like bases or something.
I think that's possible because like a lot of that kind of thing happened in Spyro 2, so maybe like that was the genesis to that idea.
Yeah.
You never know. Like it's very subtle. Yeah, like I said, like all the storytelling is subtle in the game.
Yeah. It doesn't hold your hand through any of it or tell you what to think. It just I think it leaves it open enough that you're sort of like, oh, maybe this thing happened, maybe that thing happened, you know. Makes you love the game.
That's one of the reasons I think that's one of the reasons the Japanese Spyro one, like notwithstanding the camera issues and the control issues that was problematic, because it really held your hand.
Do something about these green druids. They insist on moving everything in sight.
Oh, mate. Oh, cool. I never. Oh. Yeah, well, why did I not notice that?
I didn't notice that without your help. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not mean to do that.
The druids.
Yeah. Wait, are these called druids? I thought they were Gnorcs. I guess maybe there's different classes of enemies in this game.
Yeah. Yeah. They insist on changing everything on the site while not really doing is moving.
Yeah.
The platforms, you know.
Yeah.
If this is what he's referring to, I would imagine it is.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say they go even further in Charmed Ridge, like they actually change sizes of enemies and all that, you know.
Yes, that's right. And you can do that something similar in what's the level called? Dreamweavers, yeah.
Whoa, Spyro, do not break your neck there, mate.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, honestly, no, I can't.
Crash, he's got a neck. 1 point to Spyro.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think, wasn't it you or someone in one of our Discord shared a photo of what Crash would look like if he were real, and it was just someone with like, you know, a chest for a neck.
I think so. I think it was on one of the. I think it might have been an ISGP thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to ISGP server.
And shout out to Al as well, because I've just remembered he said that if they had this like fairy mechanic, which we'll see in a minute, in Treetops, the level probably would be the best one in the game.
Yeah.
And it makes a lot more sense to have it there, because it's much more perilous in this one.
Try combining supercharge with jumping and gliding, and really explore the high caves.
Oh, don't you worry, we will.
Nice. I was going to say that's actually a useful bit of advice if you've never played the game. Yeah, I was going to say, the fairy mechanic doesn't really make sense. Like, why here of all levels do they feel the need to pick him up? I mean, I guess maybe it's to guide him back to this point, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's very like random. Yeah, it's like they must know you're the saviour.
Yeah.
Although the game never really tells you that outside of you know, well, like Spyro 3, like nobody else could fit into the holes was their excuse in that one.
Yeah.
But Hunter managed to do it no problem as long as you give him a push in, you know.
Well, I was gonna say we do need to see, I think, more of a game focusing on the relationship between the dragons and the fairies. I know I'm getting so deep into this, but honestly, like, you know, if the first 3 Spyro games teach us anything, it's that the fairies are very valued in the Dragon Kingdom. You know, there's like those ones there. Even with Zoe in like Spyro's 2 and 3, there are still other fairies around, and you're like, you know, what is the deal there, game? You know,
they are momentous in this series, and they definitely. Oh, nice! I don't know. You just skip by accident.
Yeah, bit of a proxy.
But yeah, like
man.
I like that they always try and do something a bit different with the fairies like this. You know, for example, and then obviously have in Spyro 3 that Zoe helps you when you're doing the Sparx levels, for example.
I don't know why they stick a hole there. That's not very necessary.
Oh wow.
You know.
Yeah, just that blue background outside of it.
I was going to say, there are a lot of levels you'll notice where they actually stick a random hole in the roof, and you're like, you know, at the start of the level it kind of makes sense, because maybe it's like a landing pad for the dragons or fairies or whatever, but
yeah, maybe it was an easier way to light some places, maybe.
Yeah,
you never know.
No, that's true. I guess I don't really know how light works on this game engine.
Yeah, but like, it's a good theory.
There are some rooms you'll go in and you're like, there's no sources of light at all, really. It's like, why is this lit more than here? Is there like a secret light, or
yeah,
or is it like a hinge of magic?
Who's paying the electricity bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Price. I want to know.
So it must be hefty.
And this like oozy water section as well. Like it really like ties the room together.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and it's like that rich record producer who has a fountain in his office. It's like, you know, I have a fountain in my office. What do you have? You know,
the elite.
Yeah, it's good to say. What do you think the purpose of this room would be normally, other than to hold gems? You know.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. Like, maybe it's just an area for them to like put their feet in the ooze, but then does it not hurt them?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, and I could see that being like a kiddie pool or something.
Yeah,
you know, and maybe like, I mean, if Hunter and Allura were anywhere near this sort of part of the universe, I guess, you know, I could see like them setting up a picnic table here. Maybe Sheila, Bentley, Sergeant Bird hanging out here. You know, Agent 9 sort of being out here, being like, Rhinoc!
You could actually see it being used as for a cutscene, this area as well, actually, even though it's like suspended from the ground.
In fact, that's one criticism I'll have of like future games, is why didn't they reuse some of these places for cutscenes, honestly? Rather than this like green dragon realm area that, you know, is never used as a level.
It doesn't have much significance. It's not like how a lot of the Spyro games in the PS1 era, like this one had. They used environments. Like, I think the secret ending had Stone Hill.
Yeah.
At the back, you know, and that was pretty awesome, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still really sad we never got to. Did I just do a skip there?
Yeah, you did. It's not. You're meant to like not go back like that. Yeah, it's meant to be drop.
Whoa, whoa! Honestly,
unintentional. That is. Whoa!
Look out, Lumi Laura. There's a new speedrunner on the scene, and his name is Bobbledink. And man, this might age badly in 10 years. Who knows?
I hate those bugs. When I become big and strong, like you, I'll squash them all.
Until then, remember that supercharge makes you invincible.
Ajax is the world record holder because he can just squash the bugs. The Spyro can't.
Ooh, good thing those fairies are there. I would have died.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah,
like, it's a playground for you know, at your own risk. But don't worry, there is no risk because the fairies are there.
Yeah.
Oh, so these spiders. They're like metal beetle. What the heck?
What am I doing?
The floor there.
Oh, no!
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, you can just go through that. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, actually, yeah, this isn't as scary as I remember it being when I first played it. To be honest,
it has that. Yeah, go on,
those things are creepy. Oh my goodness, yeah.
The nightmare fuel. Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I mean, maybe this could be the thumbnail, but also I like the other one, so. You know, I don't need to give the audience nightmares before they watch it.
Yeah, getting nightmares of spider butt, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
they're also like metal beetles, though, aren't they? Like they have that, like they have the legs, and they're obviously like meant to be spiders, but like they're never called specifically spiders. They are just called bugs, so you know.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Also, I was gonna say, shouts out to our friend Noel, who did I think she wrote an article about how to defeat them.
Yeah.
I probably should have read up on that before I played this part of the game, but there we go. You know, speedrunning extraordinaire made Crystal Fisher cry twice. So.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's better than not making them cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, like okay, so this like mechanic here, like it only doesn't show up that often, and when it does show up again, like it's the last time you see it in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's like haunted towers. And then you get yeah.
So no, I had in my head that you were like, this is the last time it shows up in the game. And I was like, no, there are other.
Not like this. Not like this. It's different. It looks visually different because they use the power-ups, sort of arches or portals, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, no,
and this one
I've heard some people say power up portals, but I'm probably gonna have to speed up this bit because, you know, but yeah, no, I've heard people say like
YouTube.
Yeah.
You've heard people say what? Sorry.
Yeah, I've heard people say how like they're power up portals, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I think I look at portals as, you know, the things that take us from one world to the other, whereas I think power up gates might be more appropriate, or just power ups. You know, maybe they don't need to be something. You know,
they all operate the same, but like some of them, like for example, like there's the snake jump and Colossus and a few other levels in Spyro 2. So for example, that would be a tad different, you know.
Yeah. I think the most useless ones they came up with were the oh no, what no I can't be missing 3 gems, please. Might be some skipping to do.
What were you saying, sorry, about the turret gates?
The most useless one I think they came up with was the spring one that you get in Spyro 2.
Yeah.
Because
that
whirlwind! Come on now! Or even just a ladder, you know.
It's like they basically just made it a slightly different animation, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like he goes rolling in the air.
You know. I mean, also, there's a question about how power-up gates work, because, you know, I feel in Spyro 2 more emphasis is put on the fact that the orbs are like sources of electrical power that power up the portals, whereas in Spyro 1 the portals just work. So there is an element of like, you know, what's the relationship of magic and Avalar?
Exactly, because you know, like this is the I guess we could call this the Dragon Realms, you know, and it's like they have all the magic there, and the only thing that really like hinders you is the balloonist. That's it.
Yeah. Pretty much, you know.
Yeah.
Although you have to think like
all the magic from the water scattered, basically.
What is the balloonist's deal with like needing all these dragon eggs to take me somewhere?
I know, like he's,
you know,
he must be wanting to sell them, like the original money bags.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say with money bags, it's established that, you know, oh, he just wants our gems, basically.
And it's like, you know, oh, we couldn't think of like a story reason first, but yeah, here you go. Like this is a section that you have that halts progression if you don't get enough stuff. And maybe it's in that area there. Yeah, the gems.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out after these messages.
Yeah. Should we just stick an advert here?
Spyro the Dragon with that flame.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay.
This was I forget, like my first like ever speedrun was actually in Spyro 1 against Christopher Fisher, and
really
this level was part of it because you had to get all the eggs. Yep.
I've still yet to race the guy, actually. You know, I've heard. Well, I mean, he's lost to you know, obviously Noel twice, and she's not lauded as, you know, a speedrunner by any means. But I think Andrew's thing is more that he, like, you know, discusses glitches, finds skips, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not much of a. You wouldn't like chain together like a bunch of like the moves that he shows. Oh, there we go.
Here we go. Oh, okay. I
swore
I went through here earlier, but I must have missed them.
I think you might have bonked or something like that, and then just decided, oh, let's go back the way.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Well, there we go. Like perfect
change of music again.
Beastmaker's song of all things.
We're not even in Beastmakers yet, game.
Not yet. You're teasing me, what, man?
Well, it's a teaser of what's to come up in a few parts, I guess. Okay.
I mean, you technically could go to it now, but we're doing 100%. We're doing 100%. So.
We're doing 100. Well, it's because it's easier to 100% than say Crash Bandicoot. Like,
it is, yeah. It's literally designed for it in mind. Like,
yeah,
especially the first game. Yeah.
If I ever decide to do that game, I'll probably get like Marcus or someone to just do all the hard stuff for me. Because I mean, you know, at time of recording this, guys, we're in something called the Crash Bandicoot tournament. I'll link that below as well, and I'll just say it's no secret. It's not my strongest video game series, as discovered in the race that I'll probably link now somewhere up. I don't know where I'm pointing, but up in the corner where the cards go.
Wherever this man is.
Yeah. Nice. Whoa, we've amazingly gotten through 3 levels. Let's just see how long this has lasted. Oh, 46 minutes. Nice. I think we've gotten this done pretty quick. And some of this might be spliced together, but who knows? Okay, well, thank you very much to Lucas Bolton.
Thank you for having me on here, Bobbledink.
No worries. Is there a channel they can go to, or anything? Any projects coming up?
I have my channel, and I have the Crash Bandicoot tournament. If you want to check that out, and I can't think of anything else right now.
No worries. Right. Well,
I'm doing LPs. I'll be doing an LP of Crash Bandicoot 2 soon. So,
and I'm sure you'll leave a few comments on the video and with links in them and stuff, so that they can check them out.
Absolutely.
No worries. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this part. I'm sure we'll get you back for future parts. Sent the last we've seen of you yet. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Bobbledink and Lucas Bolton, out.
See you next time.